got the damn intro. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning, and the Steelers have already found the way to ruin my day and possibly ruin my damn year. These clowns have traded George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys for our third round pick. Fire Mike Tomlin, fire Amar Khan. These guys are grits and clueless when it comes to building a championship offense. You already had the worst quarterback room in the NFL with Mason Rudolph currently being your starting quarterback. Then you go from having the NFL's best receiving duo for only 2 months to now having arguably the worst receiving room in the league. I'm no longer a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You can call me a bandwagon. You can say I'm disloyal all you want to. Why should I be loyal to a franchise that's not loyal to trying to win a playoff game? It's been 9 years and counting since we last saw Mike Tomlin produce a W in the playoffs. Oh, but he has never had a losing season. Who cares? He's Stevie Wonder when it comes to offense. The Steelers now have the worst offense in the AFC North. No quarterback, only one receiver, an incompetent offensive line, an incompetent offensive coordinator. This organization is no longer the gold standard that they once used to be. The standard year after year for over a decade has dropped under Mike Tomlin. At this point, you got to think that they're trying to tank for Arch Manning if he declares for next year's draft. This is not going to be a playoff football team. The Ravens have Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers. The Browns have a good receiving core. The Bengals have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. And the Steelers went from having DK Metcalf and George Pickens to now DK Metcalf and a bunch of Walmart workers in the wide receiver room. Even if you do land Aaron Rodgers, why the hell would he want to come play for a franchise that knows absolutely zero about good offense? This is a sinking ship, and Aaron Rodgers come to Pittsburgh, his career will die in Pittsburgh, and his legacy will take a hit because Mike Tomlin and this organization have completely lost their damn marbles. George Pickens has been the Steelers' best player on offense for the past 2 seasons. And yeah, you think it's smart to trade for DK Metcalf, overpay him when George Pickens was a lot cheaper? And let's not act like DK Metcalf is some model citizen. He's a headache in his own right. There is no way that you can possibly find any light to the Steelers making this dumbass trade. That's what it was. It was stupid. This is not going to be a 9-win team. Trading George Pickens will lead Mike Tomlin to having his first losing season as a head coach in the NFL. And this move further shows how this organization has no clue what the hell they're doing. From not being able to retain Justin Fields, passing on Shedeur Sanders for Will freaking Howard, and now trading away George Pickens. This team got worse this offseason. They didn't get better. Where did they get better at? Nowhere. Signing old-ass Darius Slay in free agency. You still have holes on the secondary. You still have Terrell Austin running these outdated defensive schemes. I don't know who's going to be my new team. I might just become a Ravens fan. But if you are a Steelers fan, you have a free pass to change teams. Because this organization doesn't care about you. Because they don't even care themselves about trying to give Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Memphis Patrick, guys who are getting up there in age, a chance to compete for a Super Bowl, and they deserve the right to. Trading George Pickens makes the Steelers one of the worst rosters offensively in the National Football League. This was an idiotic trade. The name of the game is having weapons on offense in a league that's home to the majority of the league's best quarterbacks. Every good quarterback in the AFC has a good amount of weapons to throw the football to. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. It's a passing league, but the Steelers still keep trying to win with this outdated 1970s, 1980s, old school smash mouth football philosophy, and it gets there nowhere. But their ass kicked and sit home early in Cancun in a wild card round. I'm sick of this. This is absolutely disgusting that I had to wake up to the news that the Steelers have traded what has been the MVP of their offense for the past 2 years to the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, this is the best move that he has made in a very long time. Because now you got CeeDee Lamb, Pickens. You're only making things easier for Dak Prescott at this point. There is no reason why the Cowboys should not only miss the playoffs, but not win a playoff game this year. They should damn near go to the NFC Championship game with the roster that they have assembled this year. George Pickens now fills the biggest void the Cowboys had going into this offseason, which is their lack of a true wide receiver to the pair alongside of CeeDee Lamb. What the Cowboys have right now is what the Steelers should have had going into September. The best receiving duo in the league. George Pickens makes the impossible catches look easy routinely. I've never seen a wideout come down with so many 50-50 balls as much as George Pickens has. Yeah, he can get a little bit in his feelings at times, but when he's on, he's one of the better wide receivers in the league. He was due for a new contract, but what was ironic about Pickens and his contract demands is he was seeking around 25 to 28 mil a year. You could have extended George Pickens, got him for way less if you really only wanted one good receiver on your team instead of overpaying for DK Metcalf, who doesn't have the same skill set that George Pickens possesses. DK Metcalf, don't let his size fool you. He is not good at winning 50-50 balls. He's not a good red zone target. He's really an elite yak threat. That's all he brings to the table. You just made your offense even more easier to defend because now defenses went from going to sleep at night wondering how they're going to defend against Pickens and DK, two of the more physical receivers in the league, to now only having to worry about double teaming DK Metcalf and whoever are the Walmart workers that end up making big plays. You got no problem with. Calvin Austin isn't scaring nobody. Pat Freiermuth isn't scaring nobody. We don't even know how good Roman Wilson is because he can't stay healthy long enough to get on the damn field. This is one of the worst moves in the history of the Steelers franchise. Everybody needs to get fired. Mike Tomlin, Amar Khan, the Rooneys need to sell the damn team for allowing the standard to fall. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the standard is the standard when it's not. The Steelers went from being an organization that was competing for championships, doggone near every single season, to now glorifying participation trophies, having a winning season, and getting kicked to the curb, stomped, and spit on in the first round of the playoffs. I'm done with this team.